You don't know the power of the dark side.
Broadcasting live from 38 Studios in Providence, this is the Go Ask Mickey podcast, helping you with the tips, tricks, and the tools needed to save you time and money on your next Disney vacation. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, send them to goaskmickey@gmail.com.
This week on the Go Ask Mickey podcast, Wishes is no longer a happily ever after. The Guardians of the Galaxy are invading Disneyland. And if a show pops up at Hollywood Studios and nobody's there to see it, does it really happen? Well, that and more coming up next on the Go Ask Mickey podcast. Hey, and welcome to episode 7 of the Go Ask Mickey podcast. My name is Jerry, and I'm this week taking some listener questions. But before we get to any of that, let's take a look at what's going on around the world.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Whatever We Have in Stock Are Us, your one-stop place to shop for whatever we happen to have lying around at the time.
Okay, we're back, and this week in the world, the Happily Ever After fireworks show had started this week, and it is the newest, most breathtaking fireworks show in the history of Magic Kingdom, and it debuted on May 12th, I believe. Happily Ever After, in addition to fireworks, the stunning new nighttime extravaganza features more lasers, lights, and projections than Disney has ever shown before. Happily Ever After takes guests to an inspiring journey filled with heart, humor, and emotion. The 18-minute spectacle features scenes from classic Disney films such as The Little Mermaid and Aladdin to modern blockbusters like Moana and Zootopia. Cinderella Castle is part of the story itself, with dazzling projections bringing heartfelt Disney stories to life and around the iconic 18-story tall castle. Quasimodo from Hunchback of Notre Dame swings from the turrets. Woody and his pals from Disney's Pixar Toy Story recreate the castle entirely out of toys, and Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty envelopes the castle in her signature green flames. The story begins with scenes from Fantastic Dreams of Hope. The story begins with fantastic dreams of hope, wonder, magic, and light. Disney villains soon become part of the story, attempting to quash those beautiful dreams and forcing the heroes to fight for what they believe in. Overcoming their fears, the heroes triumph and are celebrated with spectacular fireworks. Because no Magic Kingdom firework display is complete without this little bit of magic, Tinkerbell does fly across the night sky, reminding guests that with a little faith, trust, and pixie dust, everyone can find their own happily ever after. Characters and scenes from more than 25 different films are featured through the state-of-the-art projections, enhanced by more than 50 choreographed spotlights, brilliant lasers, and plenty of awe-inspiring fireworks. Paired with an emotional score, the new spectacular drives the message home that anyone can grab hold of their dreams and make their dreams come true as long as they are brave enough to listen to what guides them and bold enough to pursue their destiny. The score for Happily Ever After was recorded by a 75-piece orchestra in London. Awesome. It includes tunes from the multitude of Disney movies, including Beauty and the Beast, Pirates of the Caribbean, and The Jungle Book. The Happily Ever After theme song is sung by country music artist Angie Keeler and her singer Jordan Fisher. The emotional song encourages people to find the courage to reach for their own happy ever afters. And in addition to the duo of Angie and Jordan, also features the talents of a full orchestra and a 90-voice gospel choir combined into the perfect recipe for an amazing finale song. Happily Ever After is presented nightly, and showtimes vary based on the park hours. So if you're going to be around down there, check it out. I've seen it. It is amazing. Like, just, watching on YouTube is not the same as in the parks, but to see what they did to the show, I was a big fan of Wishes, and people are hurt by Wishes leaving, but I think this is a great replacement, and people will have to adjust to it, but just from one viewing on YouTube, I was like blown away. So check it out, let me know what you think, and we will be right back. And also in the news this week from Disneyland, the Mission Breakout of the Guardians of the Galaxy has invaded Disney California Adventure Park. As their newest attraction, Mission Breakout officially opened today, which was, I think, the 26th of May. The ride features fan favorite Star-Lord, Gamora, and Rocket, Drax, and Baby Groot as they face the Collector and take guests on a wild ride in a gantry lift. The opening of Mission Breakout is the official kickoff of Disney California Adventure Summer of Heroes events. The Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout brings all new epic adventures to Disneyland Resort, and it's the only Disney park in the universe where guests can step into a Guardians of the Galaxy story. With Rocket in control, you're in for one heck of a ride, said Bob Chapek, the chairman of Walt Disney Parks and Resorts. It's a fantastic way for guests to experience the superhero universe like never before. The attraction housed in the Collector's Fortress was realized through a partnership that involved Disney's Imagineering Joe Rohde and Bob Weiss, Marvel Studios' Kevin Feige, and the Marvel Entertainment Joe Quesada, as well as other team members. With the brilliant creative minds in Disney's working together, this is just the beginning of what will appear to an even bigger superhero presence at Disney California Adventure. Now, with Joe Rohde in there, he's the one that just did Avatar. It's amazing. It's got to be amazing. This guy is it. Mission Breakout is comprised of an original storyline based upon the Guardians of the Galaxy films, animated series, and the comics. An exciting drop ride, visual vignettes, and the music inspired by the film's awesome mixtape. This ride has multiple profiles that guests can experience with different vignettes and song combinations. So you get different songs and you get different visuals. I can't be more pleased to have partnered with the Walt Disney Imagineering in bringing the Guardians of the Galaxy's characters to this new immersive form of storytelling, said James Gunn, both of Guardians of the Galaxy films. It's been exciting and a lot of fun to help direct and shape the experience so that it has all the heart and fun and humor of the Guardians. With Mission Breakout being the beginning of the event, Summer of Heroes is taking over Disney California Adventure from May 27th through September 10th, so guests will be able to meet the Guardians and other superheroes for heroic adventures. Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout is now open at Disney's California Adventure. Come on and see it. Now, California is far away from me, but I saw some videos of it. They're starting to pop up now. There's a lot of people that are, they're big fans of the Tower of Terror. They don't want it to change. A lot of rumors saying that it's going to change in Walt Disney World in Florida. So we'll see how this one pans out. This is kind of like the test, the test of it, and to see how popular it can be. But I think Any change is good, so we will have to wait and see. What do you think about it? Are you a big Tower of Terror fan, or are you more, leading to see what happens with the Guardians? Let me know. Send me an email over on to goaskmickey@gmail.com. Let me know what you think, and we'll be right back.
You're listening to the Go Ask Mickey podcast.
All right, lastly, this week we have a nighttime show at Hollywood Studios that just popped up one day, and nobody knew about it. So, nice job keeping it quiet, Disney. A new attraction, show, or even a character meet and greet debuts at Walt Disney World. Guests generally have plenty of advance notice, and with Disney wisely building up anticipation for its newest effort for weeks or even months. However, Disney bucked this trend earlier this week with a brand new nighttime spectacular debuted at Hollywood Studios on May 26th with no advance notice whatsoever. So it just showed up. Disney named Disney Movie Magic. This new nighttime spectacular is another projection show, similar to Star Wars Galactic Spectacular, just without the fireworks. However, this new show doesn't actually replace the new celebration of the Star Wars. It actually begins 30 minutes before that show, functioning almost like a Once Upon a Time at the Magic Kingdom, warming up guests for the main evening show. Through projection shows are pretty common right now at Disney World. Disney Movie Magic is the very first projection show to feature Marvel characters. So they're pushing those characters into the parks now, with both Doctor Strange as well as the Guardians of the Galaxy having lengthy segments in this show. While we're not entirely sure if this violates terms of Marvel contract with Universal, this could be the reason why Disney hasn't promoted the show at all. Just like Doctor Strange and Guardians of the Galaxy's meet and greets, which are also absent from Disney's official website and social media channels, so they kind of keep it on the down low. Disney might be restricted with how they can promote attractions that use these characters, even if they are technically able to use them in the parks. So they're trying to get around that loophole. Though the majority of the films that are showcased in Disney Movie Magic will be well known to Disney fans like Beauty and the Beast, Pirates, and Mary Poppins, there are some treats for fans of the more obscure Disney films, including fan favorites like Newsies and The Rocketeer. Interestingly, through the original Tron also gets a lengthy segment in this new show as well, which is great news for the fans of the classic sci-fi film. When news first broke earlier in the day about the new nighttime spectacular, many wondered if the addition of this new show with absolutely no announcement meant that this was just a test. It has been confirmed that Disney Movie Magic will remain a nighttime entertainment option throughout the summer. Currently, this show is playing at 9 p.m., the same time as Fantasmic, which sucks because you gotta pick one. But Disney may swap the schedule around in the coming weeks depending on how fans react to this show. Though Disney's Daily Times guide now includes information on this brand new nighttime spectacular, guests looking to find information on the show before they head to the park may turn up short, as there is no mention of the Disney Movie Magic on Walt Disney World website, the official parks blogs, or even Twitter or Facebook, so it's just silent. While there could be a change in the future, right now this show remains a fairly covert operation, with only in-park guests officially being told about it. Though it was a little weird for Disney to debut this show earlier this week with no warning, Disney Movie Magic is actually a pretty good show, and it really fits Disney Hollywood Studios perhaps a little better than the parks current nighttime spectacular, Star Wars. Although we're excited to check out some of the other temporary offerings at this park over the summer, Disney Movie Magic definitely seems like a highlight and might be just worth stopping over at Hollywood Studios this summer to check it out. So they are really pushing the nighttime stuff, I think, for all the parks. Hollywood Studios, because they're doing so much construction going on over there. They're pushing the nighttime stuff to pull people away from Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom with their new show over there. So they're giving you those nighttime shows optional, to spread around the crowds. So I think it's a good thing, and we'll have to see if it sticks around. I'm sure this is just a start of it, test stage. So I'll have to check YouTube and check the show out. I think I saw a couple of them up already. So I will let you know in the coming weeks. All right, we'll be right back with some listener questions right after this.
Something's wrong with you. Really.
Here's a single that topped the charts for weeks back in 1977. It's Mos Eisley's legendary Cantina Quintet, Figurin' to Ann and the Modal Nodes.
Secure the area.
Okay, we are back, and we have a question from Jim from Waterbury, Connecticut. And he wants to know, our family of 3 is going to Orlando for 2 weeks this summer, 1 week of Disney and 1 week at Universal. Since we are staying at Saratoga Springs for our Disney week, my wife wants to skip the car rental and depend on Walt Disney World transportation for that week. This makes me nervous since I've been without a personal vehicle. I've never been without a personal vehicle on a trip like this. Also, we are traveling at near peak season, the last week of July, and I'm worried about the bus delays due to crowds. Any advice would be helpful. Should I be worried about this, or is the Disney transportation reliable enough where we're planning to be at each park at Ropedrop and probably stay until closing? Now that's a tough one. I would suggest, definitely, if you're going to do the car for 1 week at Universal, I would just get it for the 2 weeks. It'll probably cost you, a little more. If you go for discounts, or if you call the car rental place and say, look, we're going to rent for 2 weeks. What discounts can you give me for that rental? And try a couple different car rental places and see which one you can get for a better deal and go through that way. Saratoga Springs is great. I mean, you're at a good resort, but you're kind of way out by Disney Springs area. So to get to Magic Kingdom and all the other parks, you're talking, a 10 to 15 minute ride to any of those parks. So if you're considering a rope drop, I would definitely try to get a rental and park at TTC, the Ticket Transportation Center, and hit Magic Kingdom from there. But all the other parks you can go right to. So I would definitely try to do that. Pay the little extra. You'll have that security of being able to stay and leave when you want. And especially in July, it will be crowded. Saratoga Springs, it won't be, the crowdest bus that you're gonna get, but you might have to wait. And if you're not a big fan of waiting. A lot of people don't like the transportation at Disney. So it's, basically a control thing. So good luck with that, and let me know how you make out. And we'll be right back with the next one. Okay, the next question is from Lori from Georgia. She doesn't say, just Georgia. I am looking for some help or strategies for rope drop. We've been to Walt Disney World several times, usually for a week during less crowded times. But for this trip, we are going for 5 nights, arriving July 9th. It will be just me and my son, who will turn 18 the day we arrive. We want to maximize our park time for this trip, and I'm looking for a few tips. Some questions I have is, do you really have to arrive quite a bit before the parks open? And do you book for your fast passes for the park openings? If I book a fast pass for the first hour, do standby for a popular ride, will I risk missing my fast pass window? Alright, there's a couple questions here. Now, rope drop has changed. I don't know if you've realized, but rope drop is a different strategy now. So instead of outside the parks where they have the show and the fireworks and the train, they are now allowing you to go through. You tap your bands, you go through. You could even go shopping. Some shops will be open. I believe the Starbucks thing will be open. And they do it at the hub now. So they allow you to get into the park, go down Main Street, and over to the hub. And then you can branch off to where you want to go from there. Now, the biggest crowd is going to be headed towards Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. So if that's your thing, then you want to jump into that. If not, then you want to plan ahead to where you want to go right after that show, because they do a little show on the stage at the hub. So, you do have to arrive a bit before the parks open. So if you're going, the park opens at 9, say, you want to be there by 8:30, 8:40. You want to have, the 15-20 minutes to, at least get in down Main Street before they actually, it's like a 5-minute show, so it's not really long. So by 9:05, they allow you to go in and hit the rides. But, you don't have to get there a lot. It used to be you get there real early. You want to be the first one at the tap styles. But it's a different entity now. So, and I would not book fast passes till later on in the day because of the light crowds. I mean, July 9th, it really won't be that light of crowds, but that first hour to right when the park opens, you're gonna get the most walk-ons available. So, yeah, Seven Dwarfs, you probably have to wait. That's going to be probably the longest wait, but, you can hit Peter Pan, you can hit Haunted Mansion, you can hit all these and walk on pretty quickly. As far as you can get on the rides, I would save those for later on, the fast passes for later on in the day, and book those for the harder to get rides. This way, you'll hit the other rides first, and the harder ones, like the Seven Dwarfs, you'll already have a fast pass for. Space Mountain, you'll have a fast pass for Splash Mountain. Any of the mountains, you'll probably get the fast pass for. So use that strategy. You could also head over to Touring Plans. They do a subscription-based website where they give you touring plan to hit what ride at what time, and it sends you around the park in a special order, so you're getting the most rides for the time that you're there and when you're there. And it's a great thing. Head over to touringplans.com and check that out. They will definitely show you in what order to hit what rides at what time. So good luck, and definitely get in there early, get your Starbucks, get your breakfast, and you can stand and watch a show, and you're not going to miss anything. So good luck with that. Okay, that is it for this week's episode. I'd like to thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, send them over to goaskmickey.com or send them over to goaskmickey@gmail.com. Check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, all those podcasts, downloadable areas. You can check us out on iTunes, Twitter, follow us on Twitter, and go to the website, goaskmickey.com. And until next time, Disney Nation, rock on.
Head on over to goaskmickey.com or check us out on Facebook or leave us a review on iTunes.